Alright, timestamp September 17th, 2025, right at 4 a.m. My sleep schedule's all over the place. I've been up for a few hours. Gotta walk the acorn. I'm working on it, calm down. Rained a bunch last night. I got up probably about 1 a.m. and I've been doing stuff around the house we're soupy on the lanai because the ceiling's not attached. Okay, there's clearly something on the roof. Okay. Well, that was exciting. It's not something small either. Was it a leopard? Kidding, I don't know what that was though. That was beefy. I don't know if you could hear that or not. You probably could. So that. I've been doing stuff around the house, cleaning. Feel pretty good. And there's nothing quite as energizing as making sales. Got quite a few things selling on eBay right now, so that makes me pretty happy. Literally, my work is paying off. I mean, bear in mind, don't want to watch what Acorn is doing right now. He's fertilizing things for me. We were okay money wise. You know what I mean? We still had a little bit of money put away, but we've got a couple of cheap things selling, a couple of higher ticket things selling. Already sold a couple of high ticket and some cheap things. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're fine. I haven't gotten any hits yet for my dad as far as getting him into a VA facility. I checked in earlier. Obviously not at 1 a.m., but during the day. I'm just all over the place as far as different projects and whatnot. I've got 50 things going on right now. Got to go to the post office today, which is a good problem to have because of what it means, So, and I might have. We're okay money wise at the moment, I might have ordered something or begun the ordering process of something that I'm wanting to do cartwheels. I'm excited about it. I'm not sure how it's going to be received by my psychotic redhead when it arrives, though. Don't know. I don't know how that's going to go exactly. It's something that I told her I was going to do. And it's so funny, and maybe you run into this in your relationships. When you tell your significant other, hey, I'm going to do this, and they say, oh, okay. And then when you do it and they go, what were you thinking? I didn't think you were actually going to do it. And it's like, I was pretty direct. I told you I was going to be doing that. So I don't know. This is definitely a beg forgiveness, not ask permission kind of moment. And I did already tell her I was going to do this. You'll see when it gets here. I'll show you. It'll be like an unveiling, a reveal. But, yeah. Talked to a very nice man named Jose, actually. And he's setting me up. We're talking about shipping arrangements later today. Acorn, I can't go through you, buddy. I am curious what was bounding across the roof. That was very curious. Because it definitely sounded like it was more than a 1 pound thing. And I don't know what that was. That would make me nuts. I typically have a dog. There's frequently at least one dog in our house. If they barked all day long, I don't know that I can handle that. That would probably make me a little crabby. Yeah, it was curious. It's hard to tell anything because of all the crap. I don't think it was actually on the lanai. I think it was over the lanai. Gotta be honest, there's like a faint smell of death, like maybe a mouse or a rat or something died out here. Not my favorite scent in the world. Come on, there we go. But yeah, listing stuff, doing my card catalog, checking to see what all's come in today. Hopefully that's going to be a final coat on the stool top on the bottom of it. And then I'm going to flip it and do touch up on that. Yeah, I'm working on the top of the stool as needed. Supposed to be having another stool coming in today. I ordered 2 more. I think I told you that. Still have a total of 4. Sit. Cookie. No. Because you're such a good boy, I'm going to give him one of these wraps. Give you that too. Go munch. Good boy. He was really good and held it. I was trying to do my shenanigans and whatnot, and one thing kind of led to another, and suddenly, and without warning, thought my kid was coming. 30 minutes went by, and he was kind of intermittently doing the pee-pee dance, so my bad. You get an extra bonus for that. Oh, my post earlier, I misidentified these as troglodytes. The big one is a troglodyte. These are called bullywogs? I don't know, but yeah, keeping these 2. The sword and shield and the trident one. Love these things. I've been wanting to get these. I've been wanting to get these for about 2 years now. I was looking at the various. Ironically enough, I was selling. So I think we had some elves, and we had like a hill giant or something like that. Like 3 or 4 different D&D figures that we were selling, and I was researching them online to see what they normally sell for and make sure I had what their identity right. Because it was 1982, I was 12. I don't even know if the hobby store that I went to, I don't even know if they carried these. I know I saw them at like Toys R Us and or Lionel Play World. You can Google that. I know I saw them there, but I don't think my hobby store carried them. My hobby store growing up was a place called Merlin's Books. It was on, and anybody from Hillsborough County, Tampa, University areas, if you're older like me, you're gonna be like, oh wow. Merlin's Books. They were on Fowler Avenue, right near the University Square Mall, right near USF. And it was a bookstore, but they had comic books, gaming. They had a huge occult section, like with some like very old hardcovers, like out of print hardcovers from like the early 1900s and shit. The owner's name wasn't actually Merlin, but he was kind of a occultist guy. But yeah, that was where I got my comic books and a lot of my gaming supplies. They this is a funny, sucky story. So I met my girl 29 whatever years ago, and she's a St. Pete, Clearwater kind of girl across the bay. And a couple years into our relationship, I think it was, I was like, I'm going to show you the hobby store I grew up going to, because she's also a complete dork. And I took her to Merlin's, and it was their last week being open. They were clearancing everything. The owner was retiring. And that was sad. That was sadness, because I'm like, let me show you my home, and my home's being torn down, you know. It's like, oh, you're closing? He's retiring? Oh. You know, you turn to your girl and like, it was really cool back in the day, I swear, you know. Damn it. But yeah, I do remember seeing these at like Lionel Play World and Toys R Us. Not these particularly, but like the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons figures and stuff. And I've got some of the action figures. I've got, what is it, Strongheart? He's like the paladin. I've got the Elkhorn, the dwarf, and I've got the wizard. I got a few of them from, you know, way back. But and I've still got a couple of the PBC, the static figures that I picked up over the years. But yeah, in researching the other ones, I came across these guys, and I'm like, oh my god, Frog Warriors. I must have these. I've been keeping an eye on various listings for like 2 years now. So I finally got the pair. As far as I know, these are the only two they did. And I don't need an army of them. I'm not hoarding, collecting, but I wanted a pair of these guys. I wanted a set. And they're going to be on a shelf or on my desk, or God, right now they're on my quote-unquote desk, so, because that's just, I have toys on my desk. I came across this the other day. I've got a whole tote full of figures from this particular genre and or line and whatnot. But I know I've got at least one viewer that's going to get a kick out of this. Hunk of burning love right here. I need to find a shotgun or something for him. I've got a lot of the accessories from the sets, but most of the Star Wars, because these are the hands on them are really big as far as what they can grab. You know what they say. So like Star Wars weapons and stuff, even like the 6-inch black figure weapons, they just fall right out of his hand. So I need to equip him, because I like my figures on my desk and whatnot to at least have something. They need to have something in their hands. But I found him the other day going through boxes, and I'm like, oh, you're going on my desk. And if you know, you know. Yeah. So I'm going to get back to it. I'm going to take a shower at some point. It's actually only been 2 days. Yeah, look at me. But I've been running around like a crazy person. Apparently taking a 4 or 5 hour nap, getting up, doing 10 hours worth of stuff, laying down for another 3-4 hours, getting up, doing 10 hours, doing 22 hours, and then wondering why 5 hours didn't refresh me. But I'm starting to get my groove back. This has been, the past 2 years have been really, really tough to find my groove. Honestly, when we first started helping my parents in 2023, had my groove. And then my world got exploded. You know, when your mom and your dad, because their brains are broken, slams the door in your face after calling you a thief, and you've put everything on the line to help them, it kind of shattered my world. So it's taken me a little while to bounce back from that, but I have bounced back from that. And I'm not freaking out about, oh my God, how am I going to, buy a gallon of milk. It's nice. We had quite a few months where that was a thing. Very much okay, we should really get bread. We get peanut butter, we can make that stretch a little bit. We can probably afford to get a couple like dollar jars of jelly from the tree or something. We've had those talks over the past 2 years. So don't kid yourself, I know what that is. But we're starting to actually rebound back from that, which I can't tell you. I'm still sad that everything has turned out the way that it has, because I have said goodbye to my mom at this point, and for all intents and purposes, I kind of said goodbye to my dad too. I'm going to try and give him the best ending that I can. I can't give him, from like a Resident Evil standpoint, when your game gets graded, I can't get him that A ending anymore. He made sure of it. He and Mom made sure of it, resisting, because, even the neighbor Brian had been insisting with them also. He's been an ally. I guess he had talked to them like 2 years ago and was like, look, you guys should be retired. You should be sitting in a retirement home, holding hands, sipping iced tea, watching TV together. Fred doesn't need to be in the backyard doing projects, protecting from a burglar that doesn't exist, and you've got such horrible health issues, Sandy, that this would be the best for both of you. Just put your son in charge, let him deal with the estate, and you guys go find your sunset. Relax for a minute. But they wouldn't listen to anybody. And this particular cesspool is the results of it. Yeah. So I can't get my dad that A ending. God damn, I wanted to. But I can't. They made sure of it through their own stubbornness. But if I can get him into a VA home, he's going to be, number one, with a medical staff that understands him better than any civilian facility will. He's a combat vet with PTSD and dementia. They've seen him before. But not only that, he'll have other patients around him that are probably in very similar places. And military guys like talking to military guys. So I can get him a B. I can get him a B. But I can't get him that A ending anymore. Best I can do. Work here, try and make the most of what I can make the most of, and get my dad a B ending. That's the goal. And thrive, not survive. So I'm gonna get back to moving some bricks. Oh, coffee-wise, we are doing, and it is fabulous. I picked up a couple bags of this on clearance at Walmart like 6 months ago. And I killed off one of the bags already, but I've got the other bag here. It is and again, I won't pay $8 for a cup of coffee in the wild. I won't. And we are feeling like a vicious little sunflower today. I am doing the Starbucks Toasted Coconut Mocha. Oh my God. They had the 8-ounce bags or whatever on clearance for like $3. I picked up 2. Now I think there were like 4 or 5 on the shelf. I wish I'd picked them all up. Because I ripped through that first bag and I kicked myself for not grabbing them all. It is so good. But yeah. So that's what we're drinking this evening, or this morning, or whatever you call this. I don't know. Anyway, make it a great day, damn it.